What up, collective? I am here to give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip. We're looking at what's on deck for you in June. This is for all signs. I'm doing this in a series of videos because, I just can't give some half-assed message. I want to make sure that I can deliver you the complete messages that want to come through for each sign. Yeah, so we already got a collective read done, and that included all signs naturally. And now we're going into each of the individual signs. I got Aries and Taurus. That's already been released. Okay, that's all in one video. And now we're moving forward, and we'll be starting out with Gemini. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. And it's a great support for getting these messages out into the world where other people can receive them too. Do be mindful that we are doing collective readings, even when looking at the individual signs, okay? So there's a lot of different potential stories that could come through. Collective is a large group of people, okay? So not necessarily every specific message is going to hit for you, but just pay attention to where you're feeling the resonance of the overall message, okay? The energy of it and how it applies to your life. As always, trust your intuition and the way it interprets what comes through. Same thing with what side you're on when you hear me bring in different scenarios and the people involved in the situation, okay? And as for the astrological signs, again, that applies for any placement in the chart. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, any significant placement, or even if the house of that particular sign in your chart is really loaded with a lot of planets, you may find resonance with the message. And so do be aware of that when I'm referring to signs involved in your situation as well, that you don't know everybody's natal chart unless you're really like a creeper and you're like totally like, stop now. And I sure hope not, okay? So just, tune into the energy. And for example, if I bring in Scorpio, let's say, okay, everybody has known a Scorpio. You know how a Scorpio moves, you know how a Scorpio operates, all right? So, think, who am I dealing with in this situation that either is a Scorpio and you know that, or they move that way, okay? All right, just to help you interpret a little bit. Same thing when I say he or she, flip flop it as it applies for you. We all, no matter how we identify with our gender, we all run both masculine, feminine energy. All right. So it's like, is this person coming more from that masculine fire with me? Are they being more assertive? Are they taking action? Are they, standing in that place of, sort of face forward? Or are they more receptive in this situation, more in their feels, more in their emotions, intuitive, moving more subtly, okay? All right, so just pay attention to the energy and don't get all caught up in that bullshit, okay? So we're going to dive right in and we are going to head on into Gemini now. And I will have all of the timestamps pinned in the comments section for you after the video premieres. Okay. I need to wait for it to premiere and do its playthrough before I have access to the comments section to put that on there for y'all. Okay. But I will. So you can just jump ahead to whoever you want to check out. So 444 on the clock when I said that. So I'm going to say right now, I feel like Geminis, you got a lot of support on your side in June. I feel like you're going to be having some synchronistic experiences. Maybe you've been curious about what the path ahead is for you. You haven't been sure about the best way to move out of the crossroads you've been in. And you're kind of looking for some guidance or a sense of direction. I really feel that direction is going to come in for you. And I feel like, if you're open to that, I know everybody has different, spiritual beliefs, but If you're open to, that angel energy, I feel like it's really front and center for you. I feel Archangel Michael around you, a real sense of protection, and support. And I also think like earth angels are going to be sent your way, helpful people, that when you meet them, you almost feel like this sense of sort of like kismet, this sense of sort of divine connection. Like there's something that runs a little deeper. It's sort of that feel like our souls know each other. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is coming in for you in June big time. That's before I'm even looking at the cards. All right, Spirit, what's coming in for Gemini Collective? All right, we see something's going to be moving forward quickly. Something's going to be moving forward with passion and purpose. This is either you going towards someone with passion and purpose, or someone's coming towards you with passion and purpose. We got the Knight of Wands energy here. That is fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? This flipped up right away. So this is kind of front and center right now. Let's see what this has to do with. Ooh, okay. I gotta just call it how I see it, okay? I gotta call it how I see it, but I'm gonna give some support for navigating this situation. I see that something has come in very quickly with the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, both coming in reverse. I feel like something is coming in quickly in June that's going to have, unfortunately, a negative impact on the home and the finances, okay? I don't know if this is because there's a third party element involved in this situation. Just looking at a home situation, usually, this Four of Wands energy is about, happy home with another, building with another. And it's really a spirit of celebration. Sometimes it's like people getting hitched or really making it official, moving in together. But we see that, Nine of Pentacles is that personal, individual financial stability. We see that this isn't really in place. It's possible, I'm getting a few messages coming through with this, okay? So it could be that you're supposed to, tie the knot with somebody, or maybe we're going to take that relationship to the next level. Speaking for those of you who aren't married, and maybe you were considering taking things to that next stage in your relationship, but one of the people in the situation doesn't have their own stability in place. They don't have their own finances in order. And that's creating kind of an area of conflict within the relationship that's preventing you all from taking it to the next level. So I feel like this situation's on hold. All right. I feel like this will come in quickly. So there might even be like some kind of argument that takes place around this, something where somebody's really like, they're coming at you passionately because they feel like, if you really want this, you need to have your shit together. This is one message. Another message is there's like a third party element in the mix. Either there's somebody that you're really attracted to, or somebody's come towards you, a fire sign energy, passionate. This is night energy, and Knight of Wands can be kind of like fuck boy, or fuck girl kind of energy. Okay. So this could be somebody that just wants to have a good time. They want to have a romp. They want to have some fun. This could be you. This could be somebody coming at you. Okay. But we see that in some way it's impacting the financial stability, and it's also affecting the home adversely. So this is something to be mindful of. I want to get a little bit more detail on this. Yeah, we do see this is like love interest is involved here, okay? Because we do have the Two of Cups, and followed right behind that is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, that's earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? Sometimes this is viewed as like, oh, this is my person too. So this is somebody who does have their financial shit together. Whoever this person is, they could be an independent business owner. This is somebody who's taking care of their shit. there is a sense of heartache around this. So I'm taking it that, if you notice here, we have these two, and right after it came this third element with that, Queen of Pentacles. I think that there's a third party involved in this situation. It's causing a lot of heartache with this Three of Swords. Three of Swords is often associated with the sign of Libra, okay? So you might be dealing with a Libra who's feeling kind of heartbroken about this. Yeah, I see there's this feeling of being stuck, being trapped, not knowing the best way to move forward in this situation. And also, I believe there's somebody in this situation. Pick what side you're on, whether it's the third party element, whether it's the partner, that's being fucking done dirty and cheated on, or whether it's you. There's something you can't see here, or they can't see here. There's something that's hidden. And it's because of this hidden element. This is leading me more into this feeling that this is being kept secret. There's something that's happening behind the scenes. And I do think there's a fire element involved. We do see fire with that Knight of Wands. That's the impetuousness. It's moving passionately. He's got a wand he wants to, offer. Okay. So this is very like sexual kind of connection. Okay. And with this earth element here too, this could be somebody who has both fire and earth in their chart. All right. Fire and earth in their chart. So this is something to be mindful of. We see that there's a moving away from this energy. So I think this situation could potentially break up a home. If you're in a relationship, you're living with somebody, if you're married, I see that this could, bring an end to this situation with the Six of Swords. The person who's being done dirty, who isn't being done right, they're going to want to move to calmer waters. They're not wanting this drama and bullshit. And I think some of you are dealing with either a Libra or a Taurus. This is Libra Taurus card, the Empress, okay? But because I saw this come up here, I don't know, it really could apply either way, all right? It really could apply either way. We do have this Three of Swords, card is associated with Libra. And here we got the Empress here, right? That also stands for Libra energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which Taurus, does fall under that category too. So could also be considered the Empress. I think that, I get actually a dual message here that maybe somebody thinks that this Queen of Pentacles energy, this Taurus, likely strong Taurus possibility, this Taurus energy is, their happiness. It could be somebody who's like got fire and earth in their chart, though strongly aspected, fire earth element coming through really strong. I believe this is the third party influence for that storyline. Okay. And then I think also that this, this Three of Swords energy, this Libra energy is like, you know what? I'm the fucking Empress, man. I'm the Empress. I'm not going to stick around and fucking deal with this kind of fuck shit. I'm going to walk because I'm good on my own. I know what I'm working with. I know what I have to offer. All right. And we see it brings a new beginning and a true love connection. Okay. We got the Ace of Cups here. And it starts with self-love. So I'm getting really strongly this message for the Libra side here. I'm really feeling this strongly, that this Libra is moving into this Empress energy and knows their worth. And because they know their worth, they're not going to sit around and put up with this shit. And they actually may be the ones that are tempted. Maybe there's already been problems within the home. Maybe they've stayed in a living situation because they've been worried about their finances. They've been working on that. They've been building that. But then this love offer comes in, fire sign energy. They feel a kismet soulmate kind of connection with this energy. And, they step into this Empress mode. They walk away from what hurt them, that third party influence. Okay. So this is another way that this can really pan out. But we do see there's a new beginning that comes forward in this situation. And it's something that's a tangible offer with that Ace of Cups. Somebody's making an offer here. Somebody's making an offer here. And I'm going to get a little clarification on this. We do see this brings completion, okay, with the World card. It brings completion. It also brings successful completion. And with this Seven of Pentacles energy, it allows further growth. So maybe, you know, some of you Geminis have been in kind of a stagnant situation also. For those of you who are in loving, committed relationships, and maybe you're going through a hard time, you're going through a rough patch, I see what also could be a possibility is that, you know, you maybe there was like kind of a codependent sort of quality in your relationship. You needed to have some time and space from each other, you know, even while still living together, to be able to really focus on your own stability. And that this time alone, you know, to kind of focus on your own thing and get clear, you know, move out of that Eight of Swords energy has really brought you into a place of, you know, knowing how to fill your own cup instead of feeling like you need another person to, you know, fill those needs. And I do see there also could be like a recognition of this and, okay, let's move away from these troubles we had, and a sort of like a reigniting of the flame of passion in your relationship. So we got a few different storylines here. All right. Yeah, there is going to be a move though. I do see a move. You know, we do have the Chariot energy here. So this message is really kind of getting confirmed, you know, multiple times that a move is part of this situation. And with the Knight of Wands paired with the Chariot, Chariot is Cancer energy, okay? With the Knight of Wands paired with the Chariot, and then also, you know, with the finances kind of being thrown in reverse and the home life being turned upside down. I do think this is somebody that's trying to make a choice between one of two people, one of two directions. Should I do this? Should I do that? And there's a real desire to move away from what's been challenging and kind of hard to swallow. I feel like there's been a lot of hurt feelings here. Yeah, somebody's been really sneaking around. You know, we see this deception sneaking around, kind of thinking about themselves, not really worried about other people, how they feel, like, what can I get out of this situation? And being very self-motivated, okay, with this Seven of Swords energy. You know, this is really, this left somebody feeling ripped off. I think somebody's wanting to move away from this energy. It's caused them a lot of anxiety, you know. With this lion in the background here, it really makes me think of the Strength card, and like having the strength to and the courage to sort of step away from the familiar, what's been comfortable for you, what may have felt like it was supportive at one time, but it's not anymore. It also makes me think of Leo energy. And in that card, okay, in the Strength card, it is the Empress that tames the lion, okay, and tames gently. So I feel like, and it really resonates with Libra because of that Three of Swords, and with the Empress coming out like that as a clarifier. I feel this Libra energy is really in a space where they're not fighting it. Like they're not going to fight. They're not going to fight. They're not going to compete. That's not their thing. You know, they know who they are. They know their value, and they know their value enough to, you know, just let it go. Let it go. So this message is kind of coming in really strongly. Yep. Affirmed. Queen of Swords right here. This is Libra card. Okay. Libra front and center. She'll fucking dead that shit. And she has no problem speaking her truth. And I see it brings a new beginning and an Ace of Wands. You know, I think this may be the Libra in this situation, or the person has Libra strongly aspected in their chart. Could also be air sign energy. Okay. This also can be, it is predominantly a Libra card with the Queen of Swords, but it also can stand for Gemini and Aquarius, and this is your reading. So I really take this as, you know, both parties in this situation that were hurt are going to have a new beginning, you know, and that it reignites like a sense of passion and purpose. So this could happen within the relationship. If there's some kind of like sexual stall out, you know, if you were taking a break on that level, you might find passions reignited. And maybe this, you know, chariot could be really moving away just from a very difficult time, right? So pick which side you're on, what story fits. But I mean, we got Eight of Wands here on the cut of the deck. And to me, this really speaks of movement, actual movement. This is messages coming in back and forth. I think a lot of this is happening online. I feel like there's a lot of hitting up the DMs, you know. Maybe if you don't know about this, you know, you might want to look into the DMs, you know, you might want to, you know, ask your partner some questions, you know, who are you talking to online, you know, because you do see there's a lot of this like back and forth communication, messages coming in, the arrows of love, you know, with that Knight of Wands energy. And, you know, the wand is like that big dick energy, that Ace of Wands coming in. So definitely somebody is looking to, you know, get the freakadeek on, all right? But I do feel like this is a third party situation. And I think that's going to be how it plays out. But there's an element that's been, you know, holding you back. And it's all about security, you know, this fear of security. One person in this situation is really concerned about their security, but I feel like they're trying to balance between these two places inside. One part of them has this like desire to hold on to what's safe, what's familiar. They're worried about their finances, how this is going to affect their stability. And on the other side, there's this, you know, Knight of Swords energy. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. You know, this is you showing up in your reading real strong. I do think also if you're dealing with a Libra, this could be, you know, potentially their energy too, since it came in so face forward in the reading. But this is kind of impulsiveness. It also can be declarations of love. So I feel like somebody's got passion coming in very quickly in this situation. There's, you know, an offer of a new beginning. There is a lot of sexually charged energy around it, and there's conflict about, do I stay with what's stable, what's familiar? And I think the end result is going to be the person's going to take a leap. There's too much of this movement energy involved. So that's what I see for you in June, Gemini. All right, we're going to move on to Cancer. All right. Cancer collective, what is coming in for you in June? What's on deck for you in June? It's pretty wild. You know, there's a lot of like telenovela energy out in the collective in general right now, and there's a lot of stuff that's been hidden that's starting to come to light, and it's the nature of it as we're heading to that Sagittarius, you know, full super moon on the 14th. You know, it's like what wasn't seen before is really going to start to become illuminated, you know. And yeah, a lot of people are going to realize things that have been sort of kept in the dark, you know, or kept from them, or realize, oh, I thought I really knew what this situation was about, and I don't have a fucking clue. Okay, so it's interesting times. We're all moving in, and if you're somebody who's like worried about that, you know, if you feel like your stability is rocked, then you know, the best thing you can do is really focus on, you know, putting yourself first, making yourself a priority, focusing on your self-care, getting practical. You know, what do you need to do to create a sense of stability for yourself? All right. And you know, that message could have been a little bit still for Gemini and bleeding into Cancer. Okay. Cancer, you did come into Gemini's energy a little bit with that Chariot card. Okay. The moving forward. So, maybe you're moving forward from this kind of a dynamic and you're actually in the movement phase. We'll see what's coming in for you. Woo, okay. That was very quick. Cancer's like, I know right where I'm at. I am ready to talk. You don't need to pry it out of me. I got a lot going on and I got something I want to say. Let's see what's coming in. What's on deck for the Cancer collective in June. All right. I mean, first of all, what a great way to open up. I think you maybe were in a situation like that in the past, Cancer Collective. I think you were in a position where at one point, you were worried about your financial stability, how taking a risk would affect you. Was it the right move for you? And I see that, you landed it, ma'am, with this 10 of Pentacles energy. I really see lots of good, financial reward coming in for you. I see you're in a really stable place in your life. I see that you're building with someone. It feels really good. The home life is feeling, really good. That's a wonderful way to open up your reading. But in order for you to get there, you did have to bring an old cycle to a close. Yeah, we see this, with the judgment card here. There was a judgment made in the situation. You took the L, okay? There was maybe another direction you were exploring. And this could be in relation to business. It could also be in relation to, romantic interest. We'll see as the story develops further. I'm turning up the cards as I, follow along with you here. So we'll see where this is going to go. But we do see there was a judgment. This judgment was possibly made about an Aquarius, okay, with the star card here. All right. And I have to say, with this sun up here in the corner of that star card, it also invokes Leo energy for me. So you may have some of these placements in your chart. You may have been dealing with somebody that has these placements in their chart. But we do see that some kind of judgment was made. Maybe you were trying to make a decision about this Aquarius, and it was something that kind of really put you in your head, put you in your feels, and you were trying to find what is the bridge between my head and my heart so I can make a wise choice. You went through a bit of a dark night of the soul. I really see that you'd been doing a lot of healing work, and maybe you were even doing some healing work around a relationship, but it's like the light coming in at the end of the tunnel. And we see with that judgment card, you can rest easy now. It's sort of like, okay, I've been through the worst of it. And now I can get to the place where I can sort of trust, let go, and know that I'm going to be okay. Yeah, and this is really beautiful here. We got the Empress energy, okay, with that the Ace of Wands, okay? So I see you're coming into just such a beautiful place of abundance, financially doing really well, Cancer, really feeling yourself, in a more celebratory, time in your life. I feel like you did that descent, that Persephone does in the fall, and you went down into, the underworld, and you cast off those 7 veils of illusion. You were willing to face the truth, and you were willing to shed the parts of you that no longer are part of your whole makeup. Moving forward, you're stepping into a whole new reality for yourself. This is really glow up energy, and you Cancers have been in this process. This has really been building for you for a few months. 28:44 on the clock. When I said that, that's your new beginning. 4-4, okay, that's like 8 energy. That's all about, and it's a power number, okay? And it's like, also, you got assistance, you got spiritual support on your side for this. And it's like you're rooting, those things that you were inspired to do, things that came into your consciousness, maybe when you were really feeling a connection with spirit, that really felt like, yeah, I'm supposed to do this. And you invested in that, and it's really going to pay off. It brings you a new beginning. It brings you a lot of success into your life. It brings stability into your life. But I also see that you're really going to be doing what you love as well. But it required you to let go of a lot of bullshit, a lot of old, tapes you were running about what was possible for you, or maybe it's things, I just got this, that you had, other people try to lay on you, things they told you about who you are and what you're capable of. I feel like you've done a lot of inner work. And through that, you really came to this place of, feeling really solid in yourself. I also got that, those of you who are looking to conceive, who are wanting a baby, it's a very fertile time. And with that Ace of Wands there coming right in with the Empress, some of you may be finding out that you got a bun in the oven, that there's a baby on the way. And there might be a real feeling of like celebration around this. I just got that some of you may felt like, oh, I lost my chance for that. I'm too old for that. That can't happen. And you might be getting a surprise that actually brings a lot of hope into your world. Um, ooh, this is a really beautiful energy here. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups with the Ten of Swords in reverse, Cancer. So what this is telling me is there, maybe you thought it was over, with a soulmate. Maybe you thought this is it. Or like I was saying, maybe you thought your hope, to have a child. Okay. Because in this Six of Cups card, it's mother and child. And that really reminds me of that Empress energy. So maybe you thought like, this is just, it's never going to happen to me. Maybe you've been struggling with fertility issues, or maybe you're older and you felt like, it's not meant to be, or maybe you've been in the process of trying to adopt and it just felt like nothing's been coming through, or there were some other challenges around the family, concerning children. Okay. But I see that though you thought that it was all done for, and this is the end, and you felt a lot of pain and grief around it, you didn't fight it. Like you gave yourself over to it. You let yourself experience this sense of loss. You really grieved it deeply. And because of this ability to just be in that space of acceptance and openness and letting go. And I say this often, I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner. That's the other work I do, okay? And I told many women this often, that are wanting to conceive, that a lot of times what can block your conception is because you're so stressed out. If you're stressed out, like nothing can fill your cup, okay? This is what makes me think of, it's like, if you're contracted, and you're holding everything in and you're feeling very vulnerable, so you got yourself all blocked off, it just floods your body, with these stress hormones. And then everything's in this contracted state, mind, body, spirit, that doesn't allow the expansion, the openness, the receptivity for that to actually manifest, for that to come in. If you're looking to fill your cup, but you got your hand over it and you're blocking it, like nothing can come in. You have to kind of like let go and relax. And sometimes it's when you finally let go and you're like, okay, I accept this. It's all right. I'm never going to be a mother, or pick what side you're on. I'm never going to be a father, and it's in that moment that you let go that it actually happens. We do see a renewal energy and the start of a new cycle. So I really feel there's like this rebirth energy here for you, Cancer Collective. And let me just do a cut of the deck, see what other message we have here. This is really beautiful with the King of Cups energy coming in here, coming into your reading real strong, okay? This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, all right? And, that cup is upright. It's ready to be filled. I think this is a possible message of pregnancy for a lot of you. It's definitely a new emotional beginning. It's a new emotional beginning in love. It's also for those of you who aren't seeking love. Some people choose to be single and on their own. I want to speak to, everybody who, has a message they can receive here. All right. It's like, you may be in a place of self-satisfaction and inner strength and be like, you know what, my cup feels full. I'm in a good place. I've created a lot of financial stability for myself. I invested in, my business aspirations, and I did the work that allowed me to step into that, even though I felt a little intimidated by the prospect. And wow, look, my baby's got legs. Like it's taking its first steps. So there's that message too. Okay. But we do see it's a new beginning and brings a lot of fulfillment, and it's connected to your heart center. It's not just like whatever this is, if it's in a business capacity, this is something that really you're fulfilled by it. You're doing fulfilling work. And if it's in a relationship, and you thought it was like down for the count, you're going to be able to turn that energy around. Or maybe you've been single forever and you've wanted love, but then you finally just accepted, okay, it's just me. I'm just going to be on my own. And you learn to find self-satisfaction in that. And then the next thing you know, oh my God, here's somebody who's come in and they want to build with me, they want a future with me. Really beautiful energy. Woo! It brings you victory with this Six of Wands energy. And this is like, this is public. Like people see this. So some of you might really be coming into a place of big success. Ooh, and how beautiful. And the Two of Cups on the other side. Okay. So yes, those of you who've really been facing challenges in your relationship and you were just about to call it quits. Okay. You're merging out of that Mercury retro cycle. So maybe you needed to do some review. There were some things you needed to clear out. But I see you got a new beginning here, and it's going to be recognized. And this is really interesting. This just came out in my consciousness, tumbled in, so I want to speak to it. Maybe some of you were involved with somebody, and they were kind of like, let's just keep it private, and maybe that's something that kind of like, it affected you because you really feel proud of this person and you want to show them off. You're like, this is my person, right? And maybe they were keeping things kind of hidden, and that was sort of creating a blockage in your relationship. This could be somebody like claiming and putting it on display and being like, yep, this is my person, I love this person, and we're together. And that's the thing that like really turns your relationship around. But either way, finances are on point. I see a lot of success. I see personal victory. Like you had a goal, you went for it, and you hit the target, and that's really beautiful energy. And I definitely see like new emotional beginning, new beginnings in love, or restarting a situation where you thought it was over. And for those of you who don't want to get pregnant, mind your business. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. All right. Okay. Leo. We're moving on to Leo next. Leo collective. What is on deck for you in June? What energy is coming in for Leos in June? What moves do they need to make? What opportunities are on offer? What is the work they need to do? Just general, what's on deck for Leo throughout this month of June? All right, let's see what's coming in for you, Leos. All right, coming in for Leo. Well, something's coming in. All right. Well, we do see there's cooperation. We do see that there is something coming in that's going to help balance out the finances a bit. Maybe there's been a little concern about finances. We see it coming in as a crossing energy with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. But we do see there is something coming in to balance the situation out. Maybe there's been a stalemate around this situation with this Two of Swords energy. We see that you've kind of pulled your energy back. You've been trying to get clear. You've been trying to figure out which direction to go in this matter. Finances are definitely involved. Finances are definitely concerned. I feel like part of this may have to do with like feeling like, it needs to be balanced. Something needs to be brought into balance in regard to the finances. And in some way, you feel like there's been some kind of inequity here. And you've really been wanting to transform this situation. You're trying to think of the best way to transform it. But there's been so many other opinions involved. And I do feel there's like kind of a choice between, do I do this or that? Like something that's sort of pulling you in two different directions. And because of this, you sort of had to like create some boundaries, pull back your energy a little bit, come into your center, and just feel out what's the best choice for me to make in this situation. Let's see, bottom of the deck energy. Let's feel what's going on here. Yeah, I think that you have been wanting to see more success with this Three of Wands energy. You've sort of been waiting for your ships to come in, and you're like, what's going on? Like, what's the holdup? Why am I only like hitting a certain level of success here? And you feel like you've been given a lot, but you're not seeing it come through on the level you thought it would, and you're wanting to see bigger success. That's what I'm kind of getting. Like, you feel like you're not getting your share for what you're investing. This is sort of what I feel. But I think that in part, it would be helpful if you switched your mind frame to really look at, well, there is an energy exchange here. We do see that there is a fair energy exchange here with the Six of Pentacles. All right. And so this sort of leads me to this, like, you get what you give. And have you really been investing in the way that you think you're investing? Or are you investing in the right thing? If you're not seeing it pay off on the level that you think it should, if you're not getting that place of success like you think you should, maybe look at, what are you bringing to the table? Are you really bringing everything to the table that you think you are? Are you doing everything that you can practically to manifest that vision? It's like sometimes you have to embody the energy before it fully arrives. You have to live as if you were successful, as if you've already made it. Okay. And if that's the case, how does a successful person live? Maybe go out and research that a bit, learn about some successful people's practices, and it might be beneficial for you to apply this. I feel like with this Strength card, which is you, by the way, Leo, this is your card, okay? I feel like there's some resistance inside, there's some things that you need to overcome. I feel like a lot of it has to do with the past. And, we see that this is done by just not through force, not through being aggressive, okay? It's not about coming in and, flexing and, turning over tables and throwing a fit, but it's done through calmness, it's done through really tapping into that quiet inner strength, which involves you understanding that maybe this like ceiling on your success has a lot more to do with you and where you're at inside of yourself. Maybe there's ways that you hold yourself back. Maybe there's ways that, you've been investing more in other people's dreams than you have been in your own with this 10 of Wands energy here. And this is leaving you feeling really burdened and like you're taking on more than your share. But that's all you. And I think that's the message that's really coming through with this Six of Pentacles energy. It's like saying, look, things can be balanced. You have an opportunity for equal give and take here, but if you're playing the martyr and you're taking on more than your fair share, and in the process you're diverting your energy from pouring into what you really want to see grow, you're just going to be held up. And maybe the work that you've been doing has been kind of a grind for you. This really feels like a work reading to me, okay? I really feel like this is work oriented. I'm not really seeing any cups on the board here. I feel like you just feel overwhelmed and overburdened and like you're not getting what you're putting into it. We do see here this Knight of Cups energy, okay, this water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We do see that there's this invitation that comes in. There's this movement that comes forward. It brings you the arrival of an opportunity, but that I believe is something that's more aligned with like your heart, something that's more, and I saw 44:33 on the clock when I said that, okay? So there's somebody helpful coming in that's going to give you an opportunity that aligns you with a new direction that resonates more with you. It's like, it puts you into that place inside of your soul where you feel this like, fuck yes. Not just like, oh, okay, well, this will earn me money, so I can be the little puppet and I can like play the role and do what I need to do. And I can, get the treat, get the coin, but it doesn't really feed you on a spirit level. And I feel like this new opportunity comes in, maybe from a water sign. They offer you this new direction that allows you to tap into your creative potential more. It allows you to really connect with the work you're doing on an emotional level. And I believe this is going to inspire you, and you should definitely go for it with this Queen of Pentacles energy, Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's also you really arriving in this place of financial success, abundance, and you build it yourself, independently owned and operated. Those of you who have been really considering, should I leave my current workplace? Should I start developing my own business ideas? I would say that is a yes. And to back it up, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. I think you've kind of been feeling like you need to, sort of hitch your cart to other people to get where you want to go. And that's actually the thing that's holding you back, Leo. It's the opposite. You need to go your own way, do your own thing, trust your inspirations, trust what brings forth your creativity, trust what inspires you. Because if you're not inspired by what you're doing, or if you feel like you have to play a role that doesn't really fit you, there's no way you can be successful in that space because you're fighting the current. All right. Abundance is currency. Money is currency. And that's a clue here, right? You've got to tap into the current. And when you're tapping into the current, we think of water, right? We think of that water energy, like Bruce Lee said, be like water, okay? A fixed hand is a losing hand. You have to be able to have this like flow in your life. And when you can enter into the flow and you're not fighting what you're doing, you're not going to work and being like, oh, I got to go to work again and I got to do this and I'm tired and I don't want to do this. Do you think you're going to be able to really manifest abundance for yourself? And how are you looking at abundance? Is it just from a material angle? Are you only looking at it from a financial aspect? What about feeling fulfilled? What about having an abundance of happiness and joy and getting up in the morning and doing your work and being like, I get to do this. Like, how fucking cool is this? I get to do this. I'm doing what I love. That's what brings you the abundance, okay? And we do see here moving into this big boss energy, okay? Emperor card is associated with the archetype of Aries. It's also big boss energy. It's also independently owned and operated energy. I really feel you stepping into like that assertiveness, to carve your own way and build your empire independently. We also see Page of Swords energy here. All right. This can be some stuff going on social media as well. Maybe you are being sabotaged because you're like kind of following along what other people are doing on social media too much. You're comparing their success or where they're at in comparison to you. Maybe that's the place where you feel like it's not fair. I feel like I should have those opportunities, or I should have, that kind of reciprocal flow in my life with that Six of Pentacles that came in the beginning. But what you don't understand is with that Page of Swords energy, that's how you sabotage yourself. Also, Page of Swords says Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, air sign energy operating there. You may have a strong air sign placement in your chart. If so, this message in particular could be really speaking strongly to you. But you need to understand, like, this is a very sabotaging energy. Don't be in competition with other people. Don't look at what other people are doing. Stay focused on your lane. What are you doing? How are you moving forward? Yeah, and in doing this, you arrive at that place of success, happiness, something to celebrate. We do see that the world is your oyster. You have the ability, to manifest this with the world of cards. I don't know. Maybe some of you have been considering getting into doing tarot readings, maybe some of you have been considering doing what I'm doing, maybe this is a part of you that you feel really tapped into, but you kind of held yourself back. Maybe, I was going to say the world is your oyster, but it's really the world of cards, you know? That might be for those of you who are looking into maybe exploring a metaphysical direction with your work. I would say, go for it. There could be a real solid opportunity for you here, okay? That gives you that stability you're looking for with that Four of Wands. It gives you success. And also that Four of Wands is that 1111 energy. So this could be a very strong message for you that if you feel compelled to get into more of a spiritual line of work, some kind of spiritual counseling, I'm getting readings in particular, with cards, go for it, or if you have a project that you want to work on that involves cards, maybe you want to create your own oracle deck, like go for it, invest in yourself and see how it pays off and focus on what you're doing, what you're creating, what you want to build. Don't worry about what other people are doing because you can think that something isn't fair, but the reality is you don't know how much time, energy, effort that person has been investing in what they're building. So never make assumptions, okay? And also on social media, Page of Swords is a real social media card. On social media, like a lot of illusions out there too, okay? So stop doing the contrast and compare thing. Focus on yourself. And we see that when you focus on yourself, that's when you really land in that place of success. Yeah, you're in this space. You're like so worried about your security that you're holding on to that Ace of Pentacles. You're like anything to, protect your security. And that energy's blocked. It's blocked. You have to move the energy a bit. I'm telling you the truth here with this Ace of Swords, okay? You need to cut through the bullshit and you need to open, oh my gosh, and right behind that, Nine of Pentacles, independent success. All right? So those of you Leos that are sabotaging yourself, okay, with this Seven of Swords energy, you need to step out of this because it's all about you investing in yourself. We also see the Justice card coming right here. All right. So there is an opportunity for balance. This is Libra energy. All right. It's also, you get what you give. You reap what you sow. All right. So, we got here Nine of Cups. We see fulfillment. We see happiness, personal gratification, and right behind that, the Sun card. There you are, Leo. Okay. This is success, guaranteed success, happiness by going your own way. Further affirmed with the Virgo card coming right behind it with this Hermit here. Go your own way. Follow your own light. You are the sun. You're meant to bring the light. So bring that light forward that's within you. And you do that, you're going to get some real good news with this Page of Cups energy. It opens up a brand new cycle of success for you. And if you wanted to launch a personal project, an individual financial project, go for it. Step into your Emperor energy and build your empire. All right. I do feel for the women out there, you're definitely meant to step more into that masculine, like assertive, like I can do it for myself energy. And maybe you've had a pattern in your life where you kind of like cling to men, as a way for you to feel supported. And it's time to really step out of this mentality to think that you need a man to take you there. And it's time for you to kind of step more into that assertive role and make it happen for yourself. All right, so that's what I got for you, Leo. And these pre-records that I'm doing on my StreamYard, it caps off at an hour. I'm at 54:37 here. Okay, that's 9:10. All right, so it's time for me to wrap this up, and I will be back later to do more of the signs for this What's on Deck for you in June read. And thank you for dropping in with me. Hit that like button, it does help circulate the video. gets it out to more people, really supports the channel. And again, subscribe if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for dropping in with me. I will see you soon.